Hi, intuitive viewers. How is everybody? Here's a loosey goose for you guys to see. I started to film and she wanted to get in on the action, so I had to stop and restart. So here she is. Um, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everyone's having a good end of the weekend. I guess almost the end of the weekend. I didn't mean to be away so long, so I apologize about that. I'll get into that in a second. And I definitely want to get into some stuff about Trump and a hit I had on Lindsey Graham. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Very exciting. First, I wanted to share just a few things for you guys to check out if you are interested. First of all, I have to show you this, and this is why I have Lucy here too, is because look at this cutest painting that one of our viewers did for me. It's one of our subscribers. Her name is Jean. And she does the most adorable paintings of pets. So, and I'm thinking, it's Christmas time, so if you want to, it would be a perfect gift for somebody who loves their pet. But I just thought it was the cutest thing ever. So, but she very sweetly did this for me. I don't know where she found the time to do it, but it's just adorable. It's her sitting on the bed, like the bed behind me. But I thought it was such a cute representation of Lucy, and there's something about how she does their faces where she just captures them. So I said to her, it's almost like she captures their soul in the picture. It's so beautiful. So her name is Jean. And if you're interested in her artwork, either looking at the ones she has already, or if you're interested in hiring her to do some art for you, her name is, or her email is J Rose Shabbat. It's JROSECHABOT and I will try to put it in the description below. I'll get into that in a minute, but if it's not, just rewind and go back. It's jroseshabbat@gmail.com. Okay, so there's that. And then I wanted to tell you about I'm going to be kind of looking over here. I've got my computer over here, so I know what I'm doing. There is a tarot site to check out called Twig Brother. And one of our viewers told me about him, and I think he's from England. It sounds like he's from England. I can't remember where he's from, but he does kind of unique things with all different kinds of tarot decks, and it's kind of interactive. He does one where you can choose the cards yourself, and it's just unique. So you might go in and just say, hi, so, just interested in what you're doing, and, see what he's all about and check it out. And then we also have, and that's Twig Brother. Twig Brother, yeah. And then I also have Karen Beal. Her sister wrote to me and said she wanted us to check out her music. So it's on Maestra Music. It's MAESTRAMUSIC music. .bandcamp. Let's see. .bandcamp. And or at .bandcamp.com. And she does music. A lot of it has strings. It's very soft, easy listening kind of music. And I really enjoy stuff like that in the background if I just want to relax. I just want to make sure I got that right. Kathy. So it's called Maestra. maestramusic.bandcamp.com. And I guess she's also on Spotify and Pandora. Her name is Karen Beal. Okay. All right. So there's that. And then I also wanted to ask if we could please pray for one of our subscribers. Her name is Monica. And pray for her son, Lawrence. Pray for his physical and mental health. And for her to have strength and health at this time. But please pray for both of them. Okay. All right. So let me put this little girl down, and we're going to get to the nitty gritty. First of all, I want to tell you about my week this past week. So I had some technical issues, and so that was a thing. But also Monday and Tuesday, I woke up and I just felt so like sad, drained. I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was coming from other sources. I knew that it was just the country or a collective energy that I was picking up on, because it was very sad. It was draining. It felt like, it did felt like it was people in mourning. And I felt like people have reached their limit. I think everybody thought if we just get to, the election, we just have to make it to the election. And now here this fool is carrying on. I'm sorry to say fool, but he's a fool, is carrying on and on and on. And we're just having to kind of be dragged along with this process. And I think people have found it very disheartening. I think they have found it very, they don't have the energy for it. They don't have the energy for it. They're done. And I get that. But on Monday and Tuesday, I woke up and I felt just very disconnected, very sad, very drained, tired. The next few days I got through my readings, and I just really had to focus in and concentrate on using every ounce of energy I could for my readings. But I really felt this week like I could just feel the sadness, the weight and the mood of the country right now. It was just a collective, very sad feeling. And when you go through sadness or mourning, it just kind of takes the life out of you. It really does drain you. And so I asked my guides for messages for you guys at this time, because I think it is I know it's going to be one of the hardest periods because of all of the sickness and quite frankly, a lot of the death that we'll be experiencing over the next little while. It feels very heavy. It feels very hard, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. And you know what to do. You know how to kind of keep centered, do things that make you feel calm, connected to spirit, that make you feel like I just heard comfort, just things that comfort you right now, and kind of hold on to those things, whatever they are, whether it's prayer or meditation. Maybe it's good movies, good food, calling your mom, calling your sister, calling, a friend, holding your pets, things that make you feel very grounded and very centered. That's what we're going to need right now. And it's also, there's something about it that makes me feel like we need to kind of be in a place of calm and as they just said, a place of comfort, so that we're kind of almost comforting ourselves at this time. This time will pass. It's not going to be a very long period, but it's going to be kind of a sad and intense period. We're going to hear a lot of negative news. And so just understand that this is the end. This is the end of this. And also they're saying with Trump, they gave the message to rest easy. He is going to be gone. This is what I see it as, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about, was that I see it as a stalling mechanism to get rid of stuff, bury stuff, hide things. It's like a stalling time. And I feel like this Emily woman is going to crack. She's going to give the money eventually to Biden and get things going. They're telling her to wait as long as she can because they want just some time. And so they're going to, in this time, be, I just saw her in court, so they might be taking her to court or something. But this period of time is they asked her to hold off so they can take care of some things. But it really is to get rid of stuff. And I do see a lot of patriotic people taking pictures of things, holding on to stuff, making note of things, keeping notes, taking I want to say like they're like downloading stuff and kind of hiding it in different places so that it's still around. but they're trying to scrub everything. And they're going to be successful in some areas, but in a lot of areas they're just not. You just can't do it the way that you could back in the 70s when you could just have a paper shredder. It's not the same thing anymore. It's somewhere in the cloud. They can find it. So I think they may think they've gotten rid of everything, but they haven't. And there a lot of stuff is things that they did, like with the children in the camps, and stuff they did with Saudi Arabia, and things they promised, and things they gave away, and things they sold, and all of the profiteering that they've done through this whole 4 years. And I say they, I mean like Trump and his family and all of their cronies. So it's going to involve a lot of people. And I wanted to tell you too that I saw SDNY. There is a whole load of stuff coming from the states. So even if he's pardoned, let's say he's pardoned for everything in the federal government, he has a tidal wave coming from New York, the District of New York. It's subpoenas are coming, indictments are coming. It's kind of like this wave that's going to hit them when they walk out the door. So just know that that is happening. And even then, they may, maybe they'll be able to squash a few things. But what I want you to keep in mind is that Trump he really does have a very self-destructive streak. He loves drama, and he loves breaking the law. How should I put that? Lying, breaking the law, being a bad guy. Doing things to get one over on people. But he's not a low-level, New York realtor, low-life guy. He's now was the president. He's in a different arena of being watched, and it has not gotten through his thick skull. So even if let's say everything was forgotten, every single crime he's ever done, state of New York, Washington, D.C., just pretend it was just gone. He'd still go out and do something the next day. It's in his DNA at this point, and he's not going to change. So at some point, he's going to lose his assets. He is going to put himself in prison, probably, along with his kids. So just know that that's what he has coming in it. Everything looks, and that's, I'm just saying, if everything was to disappear, it's not. They're going to get hit with a huge wave from SDNY, and they're going to uncover a ton of stuff that they will be able to uncover, and he hasn't been pardoned for it. It's new stuff that they didn't even know was there. They're going to find stuff. I do feel like he has taken, what is this? Somebody just said spies. I feel like he's going to give names or spies or something to Russia and other places. Our allies are watching him. They have been watching him. And this Chris Krebs guy, that guy is going to be like a hero in this story. When I told you before the election, I kept saying that I kept seeing almost like tunnels, like Russians were coming down tunnels and they were hitting them off at the path. That was Chris Krebs. They are the ones, he and his department were the ones that kept our elections safe from Russia. I just want you to know that. So he really is a hero in this story, and I'm sure he will probably, there's going to be a movie about him, actually. I just saw that. There's going to be a movie about this, about what they did. So just know that that's coming. It's like, it's a movie though. I mean, I see movies and TV. I thought it was a book, but then I'm like, no, this is a movie. This felt like, like a James Bond kind of thing. But it feels like almost like a spy thriller, but it's a movie. But anyway, maybe it's a TV movie. I don't know. But he really is a hero in this election stuff. So a couple of things that I got. So one thing was that, for Trump, my guides are like, rest easy. He's going. There isn't anything he can do. He's trying to, one, hide stuff, but also broker a deal. He's trying to get a deal, some kind of deal that gets him out of stuff and lets him hang on to his assets. But the thing is, and this is where I wanted to talk to you about, well, two things about Lindsey Graham, but about a dream that I had. I think it was like Wednesday, I had this dream, and it's kind of, it's gross, but it's not, I didn't see anything, but I just heard about it. But I have to tell you the dream so that you understand the meaning of it. So I had this dream that I came out into this big, it was like a big city, and I'm just like there. You know how dreams are, you're just there. And it was like, it could be anywhere, New York, San Francisco, it was just like a big giant city. And I could see all this commotion, and people were talking and milling around, and they were clearly watching something happening. And I came out and I said, what happened? And they said, well, they took Trump and they've been dragging him through the streets. And I said, who? And they said, well, England and France and Germany. And they kind of just lifted off all these countries. And I was like, well, where is he? And they said, well, he disappeared. There's nothing left. And so, I mean, gross, right? But I didn't see anything. But I was like, that's weird. Oh, and for entertainment purposes only. This channel's for entertainment purposes only. But when I woke up, I thought, I got it right away. I knew what my guides were telling me. And that is that, or what the idea of the dream is that our government can forgive him all we want. He's got businesses and scams all over the globe. So we're not the only ones that are going to try to be getting something back from him, whether it's, a loan, a property, or whatever. He's got this stuff going on all over the globe. So he's in trouble. He's in real trouble. And we may be like, oh yeah, everything you did in the United States is forgiven. Well, what about Deutsche Bank? And what about, Russia? And what about, China? And what about all these other loans? Who knows where they all are? We can't get his tax returns. We know what's in the tax returns, right? The stuff with money laundering, the stuff with, because I feel like on his taxes, what it is that the stuff he has or says he has, the numbers don't add up. The stuff doesn't add up, and it's going to be about money laundering, and it's going to be about lying, just saying, like they said, just saying one thing's high and one thing's low to try and, make it so he doesn't have to pay taxes. So it's going to be that kind of thing: tax fraud, loan fraud, money laundering. So I don't even know how you launder money, but but that's what it is. It's what it keeps coming up. And so that was the gist of it. So it's almost like divorce him from you. I feel like right now we're in the place where we've just filed for divorce, and we're waiting for the for the restraining order. That's where we are with this crazy guy. So when we get that restraining order, when he is gone, let him go, because he is going to, I'm telling you, as much as I'm sitting here right now, as sure as I'm sitting here, he is going to put himself in jail, put his family in jail, lose all his money, lose his assets. He's not going to have a network. If it does, it's going to go up in smoke and somehow. He's not going to run for president again. His career in politics is done. His health is horrible. So don't worry about him. Divorce him from us, and we're going to kind of be putting the pieces back together in the country, healing as a nation, which means discovering the truth. What happened, and how do we stop this from happening again? And they're going to have to dig out the truth and deal with it, right? This has all been like a discovery about ourselves, our country. What do we stand for? What do we think we stood for, but we really don't, and we need to change it? what are problems we still have with racism and poverty and all of these problems, and how do we come together and fix them? My guides are saying that we're going to be surprised at how quickly a lot of things and I got chills right now, how quickly a lot of things are solved. A lot of problems are solved. And how quickly we change the way we're doing things in the country because of the problems we've had. For example, healthcare is going to have to change because of coronavirus. Because we're in such trouble financially, student loans are going to be taken care of. Our education system is going to be looked at. All of these different things, the way we do business loans, so many things are going to have to change just because of the problems that we have. We're going to have to turn things around quickly. And so a lot of things we've been trying to get done for ages are going to get done because we have no choice. And somebody wanted me to look at the two races in Georgia. I feel that if there is no cheating, we're going to take those 2 seats. And I feel like there's a real push by the Republican in charge. I guess he's the Secretary of State, or the Secretary of, not state, the State Secretary or whatever. I feel like he is very, when I tune into him, I feel like he's very disappointed and angry with his Republican friends, and he's determined to make sure that this is a fair race, and may the chips fall where they may, but he's very determined to make sure this is fair. So if he gets his way and it is fair, the governor's not poking his nose in or whatever, we will take those 2 seats, because Georgia really is a very blue state, even though it was close. I feel like there is always a lot of messing around there with borders and disenfranchising and stuff. So, but they're starting to show their true color, which is blue. And I think in the next, couple of cycles, Texas and Florida will be blue, because I saw them blue this time, but I just think there was too much cheating in those two, and too much disenfranchising, and when it's close, I think it's easier to just pull the levers of power where you can, especially if the Republicans are in charge. So, and DeSantis, I just felt like, oh, he's gonna just meddle. So. But those are the only 2 states that I got wrong, or that my guides got wrong. It wasn't, I just deliver the news, but those are the only 2. And even then they said they're on the line. I'm the one that made the call that they were blue. So because I just had to figure out which way to go, because I was on the live feed, but, and I wanted to manifest it as well. So, and I said that at the time, but they were like, it's very, very close, and it really depends on how much people get away with, who shows up to vote, So, anyways, but everything else, and like I said, I felt like they'd be looking at, trying to cheat in Florida, and they would lose another state over here. They'd lose Arizona. They lost Arizona. They'd be looking at Texas and cheating there, and they would lose in Georgia. It was just going to be like they'd be looking here and they'd lose here. That's what happened. So I thank my guides so much, because they were spot on. And the only thing that threw all of us off, I think, meaning me and you guys as my viewers, and being like, what's going on the night of the election, is that they took all the votes they would normally have already counted and counted those last, which were mostly blue votes. They did that on purpose to try to steal the election, which they're trying to do right now, but they're not going to. Don't worry. Rest easy. Okay? Find your center, find your comforts, hold on to those, and rest easy. Okay? This is the end. This is the end chapter of this man doing this stuff to our country. And I feel like it's people they're spent, they're tired, they're exhausted, they want Jesus to take the wheel. They just can't do it anymore. I get it. I felt it Monday and Tuesday. Like I said, I felt it. I felt the country was just so on their knees. They just were so tired and wrecked from all of the stuff this man has put us through, and this party, quite frankly, has put us through. They should be ashamed of themselves. And that leads me to Lindsey Graham. Let me tell you a hit that I got on Lindsey. So guys might find this interesting, and I'll end on this note. I was looking at Lindsey Graham, and we keep thinking, what does he have? What does Trump have on Lindsey? What does Trump have on Lindsey? What could it possibly be? I got a hit, and entertainment purposes only, but I got a hit that just came, and it was that there have been hush money payments paid to somebody for Lindsey Graham. Information buried for Lindsey Graham. So I don't know what was about to come out or what was going to come out or who was going to come out and talk about him, but something was buried. And I even saw hush money payments or hush payments, paying of some kind, whether it was, I think it was cash money, but it could be just like a favor or, something like that, where it's like, oh, we'll give you a seat on this, whatever committee or whatever. Or, we'll help your whatever, we'll help you in your business deal or whatever. It could be something like that. But to me, it feels like cash, like money was paid. And so that's what I think it is. I think not only did somebody pay that for him, but they know what was about to come out. And so he is up against the wall, but that's on him. He's going to keep secrets and, not be honest with the people he is representing. That's on him. So but that's what I got finally. So, and I've been looking. I cannot tell you how long. I look at Lindsey Graham all the time, and I can't quite figure it out. I know he's very ambitious, and I know he clearly doesn't have a lot of loyalty to people, but this just seems so strange because they're calling him out on his hypocrisy. They've got it on film, and he still sticks to it. So I'm like, there's something else going on here. But anyway, out of the blue, that came up. So there it is. Okay. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I think that's about it, but I just wanted to let you guys know. And yeah, loud and clear, rest easy. It's gonna be, Trump's gonna kick up dust. He's hanging on with his last little fingers onto that Empire State Building before he falls, and he's causing a big commotion. And we knew he'd go down fighting and angry. We've known that from the beginning. He's not the type to give up. He's gonna make a show of it. He's gonna, fling stuff everywhere before he goes. I did want to say too that the team that Joe Biden is putting together, and they already know some stuff. They've already got like people working with them that are inside, whether they know it or not. They're inside now working with Joe Biden, talking to him. But the team he's putting together is awesome. They really are the best of the best. We're going to get an amazing team. And I did get in a reading when I did a reading with Celestial Caress a little bit ago, and I got from my guides that it would take a little bit for Kamala to get her footing in her new role, but once she did, when she does, she's fantastic, and she really is such a benefit to Joe Biden and to our country in the coming decade. So she's going to have a big role and a long role, and that the world would really love her. So I hope that I'll kind of leave it on that note, I guess, and I won't be so long away. I won't take as long getting on. Next week. I will probably be on Tuesday or Wednesday. I had some issues with technical stuff, and now it seems to be kind of sorted, but I might be moving back and forth from my phone to my computer, just wherever I can muster. And if you're wanting something to watch, I just watched the most recent season of The Crown. I got Cassie to start watching The Crown. She loves it. So if you're looking for escapism and also, it gives you it gives you a perspective in history too. So it makes you feel like, oh, this stuff will pass. This stuff does pass, you know, even the biggest things where you think the whole world is crumbling around you, they pass, they do pass. So just know that, okay? So know that this too shall pass. But if you're interested in something that's kind of escapism and great acting and great storylines and interesting history, watch The Crown. It's fantastic, phenomenal. The acting is great. And if you're interested in classes, my classes are still there. They're not going anywhere. They're just up there. So just go to intuitiview.com, hit pricing, scroll down. You'll see the description of the classes. And go down below there. You can purchase them if you like to, and you'll get an email with the classes, the links to start taking the classes right away. Okay, and then I will be adding appointments for the second half of 2021 in March, and should have a new class up in January. So those are the things that are coming up. I don't have any openings right now for readings, unfortunately. If I get some, I will just pop them onto the schedule. So just check the website every so often, and you might see some, you know, appointments pop up here and there. So just take your chances and see what happens. So, okay, everybody, I hope everyone's doing well. Take a deep breath. We are almost to the end of this nightmare, and we will talk to you again. Okay, bye.